Good morning, guys. I'm actually getting ready right now to go wash the MR2. I wish I was washing the Supra right now, but can't drive it. I could always push it outside because that needs a wash from just being dusty. But I actually drove that in the rain, so I'm actually filling up one of the buckets right now. I'm putting my rinse bucket. I'm not sure if you guys do the 2-bucket method or not, but getting some nice warm water in here for my rinse bucket, and then I'm going to fill the other bucket up with nice warm water also. This just makes it easier when you clean it. Also, your hands still get cold, which maybe I'll be a little baby back bitch, but whatever. But it helps break down everything, makes it a little bit easier to clean the car up. I never thought about doing this until I went down to TLC Auto Detail and John showed me all that. Even when he pressure washes a car, all the water that he uses comes out warm. I wouldn't say it comes out scalding hot, but it comes out warm, so it's easier to wash the car and helps break down any dirt and debris. It was actually a pretty cool idea. I don't think that's going to be happening for me for the regular hose here. I don't think I'll be getting that anytime soon. I do have the, I guess, what would you call it, iodizer or whatever it's called, where they break down all the minerals so the water comes out cleaner and doesn't have all the debris, I guess, in it, or chlorine and all that stuff. That gives you that horrible hard water and water spots and stuff. So I do have one of those systems, just haven't hooked it up yet here at this house. I do need to get that done, especially when I get the Supra all detailed. I'm 100% gonna do all of that just because I wanna make sure I take care of it as best as possible. But this seems to be done now. Let's go ahead and, oh my God, that's heavy as shit. Good Lord, I'm fucking weak, man. I need to hit the gym. It's been like, fuck. It's been like, holy shit, it's been 9 years now since I've seen it inside of a gym. But anyways, let's go ahead and get this thing cleaned up as I walk around that. You can sort of see the little lip a little bit better now. Look how nice it actually fits. Just a little loose here. I need to, here's the one thing I hate about the MR2. The side of it, it's just nothing to keep it tight. The front and everything and everywhere else is tight, but because it only has one bolt that goes in this plastic liner, I'm gonna have to come up with an aluminum bracket that attaches there so it keeps it really tight and nice there. I just don't know why from day one both sides have been really loose like that. It's probably not the biggest deal in the world, but it drives me nuts. Well, now that I got the car clean, I got to dry it off since it's a nice cool day. I don't have to tack it right away, thank God. It's only like 65 degrees here today, so the water's not drying up on the car quickly, so it can stay wet for a second. But I always get asked, like, what do I use? What are the tools I use to clean the car? Like, now I had a pressure washer out earlier. I foam cannoned the car first, let it drip, sprayed it all off, and then I kind of got sidetracked, so I didn't get back to it for like 15, 20 minutes. And then I use a 2-bucket method, both with grit guards inside. I do one with, this is the wheel brush, and then I actually have this for the wheels, this is for the wheel wells and in behind the wheels. Then I use another bucket, and then I have a clean rinse bucket in there with one of these soft microfiber, I guess, sponges, and then I have a body brush to get inside the little nooks and crannies. These are boar hair brushes, so they're really soft. But yeah, it's very simple. And then chemical wise, I've been using Plus soap now for like the last 3 months. And I've been really happy. So I use their foam soap here, which I've been really happy with. I think this is like 13 or 14 bucks, and you don't use much of it. Like, you use a very minimal amount and it'll give you a ton of soap. Then I use this to polish up the tips. Everyone's like, why is it like 2 different things? Because it's a polish and a sealant in one, so when you put this on, it actually lasts a while and keeps the, say, exhaust tips when you go out in the rain, you can literally go back to them and wipe them off and they don't get stained, even from heat. It's really weird. So you just shake it up like so, and it turns into this like milky bluey color. And it's really weird because I've never used, everything I've used has been a paste, so this is like a real liquidy. And I'm like, I don't believe in this. I don't think it's gonna work. After getting stuck in the rain here and just wiping off the exhaust, it works. Definitely works. And then I go over it with this spray wax, which has a ton of carnauba wax in it. So when you guys put it on lightly, because if not, it will smear. That's one thing I learned real quick, that I put a ton on like I was using with my other stuff, and it left like horrible residue marks. So put it on very sparingly, whatever the word is, and it'll do just fine. But yeah, this stuff works really well. Has a ton of carnauba in it. You don't need a ton of it, so this one bottle will last you, good God, probably a year. If you wash your car every week like I do, and I spray my cars down every week to keep a nice coating on them, so less for me to actually have to wax and cut the car. I'm just lazy. It's really easy to wipe it down. So that's just some of the stuff I use, guys, to try and help you out also. All right, guys, now that the car's clean, my buddy Dylan just showed up and he's drinking beer with me because he's a real American, and he brought his RX7 for once and not the Miata. Thank God.
The car's gone.
Oh, did you sell it?
Yeah, I sold it.
Oh, you sold it. So you're not gay anymore. Did your balls drop yet?
I'm straight.
Still to be debated. But anyways, let's talk about your RX-7 a little bit. Look at the purple bumper. And tell him, guys, I'm trying to tell him he does not need, what's it, the JDM bumper? It's a late model bumper,
99
right?
spec, yeah.
99 spec. I will like this bumper. Now, obviously, guys, he's going to get it painted, but I prefer the USDM look, or the older model, I guess, bumper, I guess you would call it. Yeah. I prefer this look. And these stern wheels on it, he said are off a Mustang, and I think it fits the car real well. Now, another thing, guys, he does have Veilside side skirts on it that he had them off. Now he had them back on now. I kind of like them. Like, not kind of. I really like them. I feel like it looks really cool, especially with, in my opinion, I feel like body kits are cool again with Rocket Bunny and everything. Yeah. I feel like this is very old school, yet very well done, and it's Veilside, so it fits properly. It car needs a little bit of work, but it's clean. I mean, most RX-7s are junk. They're really bad. Is this an R1 or is this a touring model?
It's a base model.
This is a base model, so that's what
Gasoline knows all about that.
I forgot. He did a video with Gears and Gasoline. That's actually how I met them originally. Yeah. Was because of Dylan. I saw his video, and I think I hit you up, and I said, hey, man, how do you get people to come over? And I hit up Gears and Gasoline. That's how they did the video. I'll link both those videos down below, and I'll link his channel for you guys. Go check it out. He does a bunch of cool RX-7 stuff. Look how happy he is about it. Super, super thrilled. So, yeah. This is another cool thing. So, show these people this. Most RX-7 dashes crack, right?
Yeah, oh yeah,
so
yeah.
I want you guys to see this. We're going to try and get it through the glass here. But if you guys can see, what is it, suede or something?
Yeah, so this is the gauge cluster hood. That's what covers all the gauges. They are very fragile, especially if you're doing it in like cold weather. You try to remove the cluster, it will just like blow apart into like 20 pieces. So unfortunately, happened to me. But I was smart enough to super glue it back together, and so that you don't see the cracks, I covered it with it's just like a suede material.
Oh, shoot! Look at this, guys. I went right here, and I'm like, oh, where's your door handle? RX-7 Life. They have the coolest door handles. See if I can get up in here. I don't think I'm going to be able to. But you guys can see, and it looks purple on camera, and I don't know why, guys. It should not look purple, because in person it looks perfectly black. Like, it does not look purple at all, but for some reason on my camera it looks purple. But it looks really nice. That was a really cool idea. How'd you come up with that?
I don't know, because the R1s actually came with like a suede seat.
Oh, okay.
So I was trying to mimic that, because in the future I plan on getting the R1 seats. If you see, I got the Alcantara shift key.
Oh, okay.
And I actually have a matching steering wheel. It's not in yet.
Nice. I do actually like this Nardi steering wheel, though.
Yeah, same one in Alcantara.
Oh, really? In Alcantara?
I just don't want to get fucking dirty.
I was just going to say, so my issue with Alcantara is they always mat up over time for grease on your hand and everything else. That's why I prefer this over. Is that a real Nardi steering wheel, by the way?
Yeah.
That's too legit to quit, right? Oh, I got you.
I'm trying to find another quick release, though, so I can just, like, if I go to a car show or something, I can just, swap them out.
Gotcha.
That way nobody, like, steals it.
Oh, that's true. You know? Yeah, you don't want that stuff happening.
Because you can get the locking ones too.
Okay, I've never seen one of those before. But yeah, guys, this thing is pretty sweet. You just need to get a second one.
I've got a second one.
Oh, that's right. Shit, you do. Look at that. Shows how good my memory is. Now, here's the one thing. You want to talk about fart pipes? Look at the size of the exhaust on this thing. Look at that thing. It's massive. Who makes that, by the way? It's got to be. Is it a Greddy? Is it an old Evo exhaust?
I don't know what the model is. I was hoping it was a titanium exhaust, but it's not, because it doesn't have the burnt tip.
Okay. But I mean, it looks like the old Greddy Evos. I mean, what is it? Does it say on the side? No, unfortunately, it doesn't.
I thought it said.
Look at them down there. Because Apexy used to make the ooh, girl, twerk it. What?
It says Greddy.
SP maybe? No, I don't think it's SP because it's too loud to be the SP. What's it?
GP.
GP. You guys know what a Greddy GP exhaust is? Is that something special? It's been a while for me. I remember the Greddy Evo from back in the early 2000s. But this might be an old school exhaust too. I mean, that could have. I mean, you bought it with that on it, right?
Yeah. That was the only mod to the car when I got it.
Only mod. Now the car, bro. We gotta pop the hood. We gotta pop the hood. You guys gotta see this. It's no longer stock twins. This thing's actually, it's set up. Let's show you. Oh, look at that. It's still a rotary. Look at that. V-mount. Look at this piece set up here, and look at that big sangle jangle. And this has a real manifold and stuff on it too, right? Like,
yeah.
who's this done by?
So the manifold and the downpipe were fabbed by John Gleesman from Glees Manufacturing. Super high-end stuff. He offers billet flanges. He offers 321 stainless as an upgrade.
Is this a 321 stainless manifold?
Yes, this is the 321 option.
That's baller. I mean, guys, I can't afford that stuff. I need to get on Dylan's level.
Unfortunately, though, after I bought it, he started production of a. What was it? It was like a CNC milled collector, so that it's perfectly, on the inside. This one's pretty good actually, though, because it was, it was also CNC'd, but it wasn't out of a solid block.
Gotcha. You already had the Gretty. Now, what's up with the Gretty bend on these? Why do they do that? I see every RX7 that has a rotary has that Gretty bend. What's the whole point behind that?
So these have like it's bigger on the inside.
Okay.
So it offers, larger inner diameter for more air.
Flow. Yep.
Yeah.
And you're running a Turbo Smart blow-off valve. That's the one thing I love. Look how small his Turbo Smart blow-off valve is versus like my big tile. They're just so much more compact.
Look what it's doing though to my poor insulation.
Oh, okay. It's not burning
blowing
it, but it's
apart.
It's blowing it apart, guys. Look at that. It's blowing his insulation apart from every time it blows off. That's kind of funny.
Freaking $200. New one of these is $200.
Bro, I can remove that shit. I ripped mine off my Supra long ago.
Well, lucky for me though. As soon as I get the bumper painted, I'm also having the hood painted. I have a carbon fiber hood.
Ooh.
It's vented, so it'll lower my temps a little bit.
Thank you, Dylan, for coming, buddy. You're so cute. Say hi, everyone.
Buddy.
Say bye, Dylan.
See you guys.
Wheelhouse Garage. I'm going to link all his stuff down below, guys. Make it real simple.
I'll be back, don't worry. He just never puts me on camera, so.
It's because he's not that pretty.
Yeah. Pretty boy.